Frank, what did you see that shifted in that third quarter, and how was it trying to get that back as the second half went on?
Yeah, I just think they played a better basketball game, and credit the Raptors. They were terrific tonight. They're the guys that they had starting the game played well, but there are guys coming off the bench with opportunities to play that don't normally get. They made the best of them. Those guys shot 18 for 29 and really hurt us. During that stretch in particular, I think we didn't take great shots, or we turned the basketball over and they got out on the break.
Frank, I'm not sure your transition defense has been exploited like that yet. Was that just kind of the Raptors being active, or did you see some maybe guys not getting back?
Yeah, they're the best, fastest team in the league. Fast break points per game. We knew that coming in. We knew we had to execute offensively, and when we didn't, it was going to be a run out that we couldn't recover from. And we've been showing great effort in transition defense and getting back in sprints and trying to make recovery plays, but that wasn't always there for us tonight, and it cost us.
Frank, you had mentioned earlier that the Raptors had some guys playing tonight that typically don't because of injuries. On short notice, can that be difficult in some ways to prep for, just when you don't have a real template for how they play?
It can be, and like I said, credit those guys for stepping up and playing a really, really good basketball game. It's a different challenge, not one that we can't overcome, one that we shouldn't overcome, but like I said, you credit the Raptors. Those guys came in, played terrific off the bench in their minutes, and sometimes that's the way the game goes.
Coach, Siakam has the complete offensive package. He can handle the ball, shoot from the three, and solid on post. How do you guys feel you did on really trying to slow him down before he gets too hot?
Yeah, we did a decent job on him. We forced him to a low shooting percentage and under his average, and only 4 assists. It wasn't like he was finding shooters all over the court. But we contested his threes, 1 for 8. But ultimately he got the win, so we didn't do a good enough job on him.
Frank, you mentioned some of the offense and then obviously the transition defense. What's the relationship between those two in terms of the offensive execution and performing in that way?
What is the relationship?
Just with offensive execution and then being able to protect against the transition problems defensively.
Right. Well, there's 2 types of transition. One where you get a good shot and either make it or have good floor balance, where you have a chance, or possessions where you don't take a good shot or you turn the basketball over where you typically don't have a chance. And, we just had a few too many possessions where we didn't execute well enough offensively and led the runouts.
Frank, what did you make of Kyle Kuzma's night tonight, and where did you see him struggling, especially early?
Yeah, well, he's still finding his way. Just offensively, within our system where his shots are going to come, and playing the game the right way, being assertive but not too assertive, and then defensively within our coverages. And he's been pretty good defensively. Up to tonight, had some good stretches tonight, but he's still in the process of getting his legs under him, getting his rhythm and timing on both ends of the floor.
Frank, did you see things tonight that worried you? Can you write this off as, hey, just a great game by Toronto, and get back to where you'd been?
Yeah, we saw that Toronto's a really good team. That's all we talked about all day. They're a next man up program, a championship program, with the way they play. And you saw it last year when Kawhi was out. They had a really positive record. We knew with guys out tonight they were going to play well, and they did. So credit to Raptors.
Frank, all winning streaks come to an end one way or another. Is this sort of a moment you prepared for? Not that you prepared for it tonight, but have you thought about what you're going to say to your team after a loss like this?
Nope. Really just stay in the moment, and whatever happens after each game, we remove the result from our process of building habits, and we go back tomorrow and we teach and we try to get better. So, I really wasn't, locked into the winning streak or when it would end or anything like that. Just stay locked into the process.
There was an instance in the third quarter where AD had that block and he winced with the shoulder. I'm just curious what the status of that is. Is that something you guys are really actively monitoring? Have you been close to trying to get him a night off at any point, or just what's going on with the shoulder?
He's been fine with the shoulder. Obviously, we saw that play. The medical team didn't feel like he needed to come out, and I haven't gotten any update further than that. So, we'll let you know tomorrow.
Frank, I spoke with Rondo earlier. He says he feels great, but when do you expect to see him there in the lineup?
Hopefully soon. He's day to day. He's picking up his activity, and with each day that he picks up his activity, we got to make sure that there's not pain and soreness after that enhanced work, and then then it's about making sure that he's in the right condition. By playing 5-on-5 full court as much as we can. And then he'll be ready. But still day to day.